Hey, what is up, everyone? Hope you are all doing very well today. This is Ete. I got another short episode of Eco on Science. You know, during the season, the summer, the fall, or early fall, it's so busy. There's so many things happening out in the landscape in your yard that I had to put some things on the back burner for when it slowed down, you know, because there's so many things happening at once. It's like, oh, I wish this episode could go out, all three of these this week, because they're all relevant to what's happening today. Anyway, but a lot of times I have these tools and things I'd like to share, and I have to push them off. So I'm kind of getting time as the lawns are dormant and it's getting ready to snow and this type of thing. I'd like to spend the next little bit offering some good tools that help me as a landscape professional and also as a homeowner. And so here we go. So here's one that just got put in the back burner, but I'm excited about. It's an app. It's a free app called PictureThis. Now, there are a lot of diagnostic tools out there. There's a lot of apps that you can scan and it'll tell you what it is. And I can only speak for the ones that I've reviewed. So out of the few that I've spent a lot of time with, I'm not talking like a couple pictures, but I'm talking like I spent a whole summer with this app I'm about to tell you about. I found this to be very good, accurate about, 85% of the time in my area. So for those of you in New Zealand, Australia, and the UK that listen to the show and you get this app, if you find that it's not accurate, like 85%, just let me know. I want to make sure I'm not leading people astray. But again, in my area, I've been testing it all summer in different landscapes, in the forest, hiking in the mountains, and it's coming up really accurate. So the tool is called PictureThis. It's a free app you can download from the Google Play Store if you're on a Droid. I'm sure it's on iOS. I'm actually running Google Pixel now, so I don't know how it works on the Apple. But it's a great tool. All you have to do is super simple. It integrates with your camera, so you open it up, and it's a free tool. You can upgrade, but the upgrade you got to pay for. And again, I don't get any money. I'm not sponsored by them. But there is a button that says reach a professional or consultant. So there might be some value there. If you think you might need some consulting or more help, then you could have that tool available. But the free tool is great. And all you do is you open the app, you point at the plant, the weed, the grass you want to take a picture of, and shoots a picture within seconds. It comes back with a lot of information. What kind of information? Here you go. I'll take it one. This is one I took of a hosta, which was at a client's house. And I wanted to see what species it was. And so I'll just go through this real quick. I just took the picture, and here's what came back. A fragrant plantain lily, also known as, so it gives you the AKAs. The botanical name is hosta, so it kind of gives you its name and its species. Then it has a bunch of pictures to make sure you have the right plant, help you identify in case they're wrong, right? In case the tech is off. I did find when you get species that are very, very close, that's where it can get a little trickier. So on some grasses, it does struggle. But plants, weeds, things like that, does really well. The first section is like a people often ask section. So there's like 10 questions people ask and they have answers. So here they like give you an idea. Where do hostas grow best? Why are hostas so popular? Are plantain lilies the same as hostas? And you can click on it and it opens up and it answers those questions. So really cool. The next section, you've got a description. So if you're not sure by the picture, this will help describe it. It says the trademark feature of Asia native plantain lilies is the numerous glossy oval leaves and deep parallel veins. So if you weren't sure, but you thought it was a hosta, you'd look for the veins, you'd look for the glossy leaves, and that would help you identify it. There's tips from a garden coach. There's like a bonus section. This one says attract birds, and it talks about how these can actually the hostas are low maintenance, and they will attract hummingbirds. So kind of cool things about them. It has a name story, so it talks about where the name fragrant plantain lily, where did that come from? Here's an interesting facts section. This one's kind of fun. It says, hostas are an indispensable flower in night gardens since they bloom at night. So kind of cool stuff. Then it goes on to the more of the technical stuff, the plant type, lifespan, the bloom time, the plant height, spread, flower size, the scientific classification, even the pests and disease that bother it on this one, viral infection, slugs, snails, king beetles. So it's got some predators there, some issues. Conditions requirement, so it gives it the difficulty rating. How does it do? How does it do in this area? Talks about sunlight, hardiness. It gives you a water guide, fertilizing guide, a pruning guide, and then at the end you can hit add to my garden, and then I'll put it kind of in your garden, your collection. So as you can see, really powerful tool. The reason I love this, and I'd love for every homeowner and landscape company to have an app, whether it's this one or another one, is we talk about a lot on this show. It's all about identifying. It's all about the identification of the plant that you're maintaining, whether it's a lawn, a tree, a grass. I guess a grass is a lawn, a shrub, an ornamental. You have to identify it to know how to properly care for it, what the enemies are, how to prevent it from being killed, what kind of weed control you are supposed to use if it's a weed, and so I feel like by empowering everybody with this, like let's say you're a homeowner and you have a service. Well, you could go and you could scan it and say, oh, okay, this is a thistle, a milk thistle. You can call your company, hey, I saw some milk thistle in the backyard. Now the company knows exactly what it is. They grab the right products. It just saves time and space, and it gives you some knowledge, some control there. So highly recommend it. And for the companies, it's just a powerful tool to have your techs have technology like this as they're out on the job taking care of your customers' lawns. They can look at it and they can really identify things accurately. Ultimately, what you want to do is build your own version of this. Now, it doesn't have to be a digital app, but in the app, let's say you're a homeowner, you could just have like every time you see a new weed, just keep it in there. So okay, this is Ete's weeds, Ete's house weeds, and I always know I save them, and there's a spot where you can save those weeds. Or if you're a company, here's all the companies we deal with in this branch, or all the weeds we deal with in the branch, and then at least when it comes up again, it's you have basically your own index. It's kind of a cool thing. So anyway, I hope that helps. But yeah, identification is everything to creating a good plan, a good maintenance plan. You have to know what you're dealing with. And often I come across things that I have not seen before, or they're new, or it's a new season. And so having helpful tools makes a big difference, because that's my job, is to figure out what it is and teach it and share it. So anyway, there's a lot of apps out there. This is the one that I am using right now. I've been using all summer. If anyone has a great one, again, please send me an email. Hit me up on Facebook, however you want. Text me. I don't care. I just love to learn. And if you've got one you've been using for a good amount of time, I'll get it and I'll test it, and we'll go from there. So I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next episode.